Hey guys, welcome to Unit 6 of our study, Manifest Destiny. Maybe you guys have heard this term before, maybe you haven't. When I see or I hear the word Manifest Destiny, I think of a political cartoon that was drawn back in the 1800s. And it's a picture of a white woman in a flowy white long gown, and she's floating through the air. She's kind of angelic looking, and she's holding a torch, and she's leading the way west, and there are wagons behind her and there are people behind her, and she's like lighting the path westward. It's a very popular cartoon that was disseminated widely in the day. What that cartoon fails to show is the impact that Americans' Western expansion had on the people and community and tribes and the environment of those Western regions that had been uninhabited by Americans. Manifest Destiny and westward expansion is really about displacement. That's kind of the best word that I could come up with to describe what happened. You had Americans that moved west for financial reasons, for economic reasons, for social reasons, for political reasons. This period of time is when America geographically kind of became the America that we know of today. But what's usually left out of the textbooks is how it actually became that way, because millions of people were living in the Western lands of the United States. And westward, explorers and pioneers just kind of moved them out of the way by force, through what's today recognized as genocide, by Indian wars. So there's not a lot of nice things that kind of go along with westward expansion from many perspectives. So in this unit, we're going to learn about why America went west. We're going to learn what happened when America went west. We're going to learn about the people that were impacted by it, and just learn about this period of history from a perspective that, again, maybe is new to you. So we're gonna be reading our actual textbook here, and then we're also going to be working in Apex. So we're going to kind of be bouncing back and forth between both. But maybe this is an area of history that you have a little bit of knowledge about. Maybe this is completely new to you. Regardless, I want you to keep an open mind when we're learning about this period of American history, because it's not easy to learn about, but it is critically important that we do know how America got its shape, so to speak. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but in the last couple of years, especially here in the Federal Way School District, every time we had a meeting on campus, or we have a meeting on campus, or when I go to other school districts along the Washington coast, they always start the meeting by recognizing whose tribal land we're on. And that's a really nice way to recognize that this land was not always America, that millions of people lived here for millions of years before America was even a thought in somebody's brain. So if you're ever in that situation and somebody does mention like, oh, we're holding this meeting on Salish land or Puyallup land or Nisqually land, it's because those groups of people are trying to recognize that this land was not always ours, that it was taken from somebody else, either by force or through treaties, which we will learn about in this unit. And there's a lot of animosity, there's a lot of anger, and there's a lot of stuff that kind of goes behind that history. So we're really going to dive in. And in Washington State, we have lots of Native American tribes that reside here, that this was their land, their first land. And Washington has a lot of connection to just that, this history. And I think you could argue that our state is trying to make strides in rectifying some of the action that was taken against Native tribes. So lots to learn about, lots to discuss, lots to think about in this unit. So, okay, let's dive in.